The KKK are a far-right organization which were formed in the United States. It was founded in 1866 by a group of Confederate soldiers named John Calvin Jones, Franklin McCord, John B. Kennedy, John C. Lester, James R. Crow, Richard R. Reed. One of these founders who later became chosen as a leader was Nathan Bedford Forrest. They tended to base their beliefs on white supremacy, white nationalism, and anti-immigration. KKK was created to scare and threaten black and white Republicans and terrorize many blacks throughout the South. 10% of black legislators who were elected were victims and 7 were killed. After 1876, the power of the KKK began to weaken.
The KKK revived back in 1915 after the movie Birth of Nation, which portrayed Klan members as a group of brave white heroes who gallantly saved whites from aggressive blacks in the early 20th century.
In 1915, white protestants revived the Ku Klux Klan. Targets were now blacks, Roman Catholics, Jews, foreigners, and organized laborers. At its peak in the 1920s, it had over 4 million followers. Throughout the 1920s, they imposed their views on a large number of American citizens through lynching, whipping, shooting, beating, raping, and drugging minorities and terrorizing colored schools and churches.
The KKK had a large political influence due to its large amount of followers. Its support was strong in many states throughout the United States, which led to them influencing the strict quotas on immigration, such as the Immigration Law of 1924. Many politicians in the United States were members of the Ku Klux Klan, such as Chief Justice Hugo L. Black, Edward Jackson, and Rice W. Means.
The KKK had a huge impact in the 1920s. One of the impacts included the Great Migration, which led to an increase in racism in the North, allowing the KKK to gain a foothold in northern cities. There was also a rise of nativism and xenophobia, which is the fear of foreigners and strangers. During the rage of the KKK, the majority of minorities were killed, and the KKK provided an outlet for militant patriotism of whites. Later on, the Immigration Act of 1924 was adopted.